Hey, Shalom family at this time. May the peace of Yah come upon you and learn to obey him and brothers at this time. I'm doing a very important video at this time. It's coming from the prophet book, Zechariah. They call it Zechariah. I'm going to get this off in chapter 9. I'm reading from this translation at this time called the New American Bible. And so I'm going to use another translation called the Living Bible. Because what been presented to me, and many people believe this, that come from Christianity, that they've been taught that we don't need no weapons of war. And see, our people must know the time periods of Yah. There's going to come a time period when we don't need weapons of war, but there's going to come a time period when we need weapons of war to accomplish all that Yah told our nation to do. And he's giving this into the hands of the Messiah. If you read Isaiah chapter 9:6, it said the government rests upon the shoulder of the Messiah. Yes, to direct it, to lead it, brother and sister, and bring the people of Yah, the nation of Yah, and the people of Abraham into the ways of righteousness. And then they're going to spread into all the earth that the Father shows in the prophet book called Yah. In translation, they call Jeremiah, brothers and sisters. And show these things in Isaiah. So I want you to go there and read these things, brothers and sisters, in your time. But I'm gonna try my best not to make this video too long. I shouldn't have to. It's all coming from the prophet book of Zechariah, and you can see during this great time of war about to take place, and before we get home. Brothers and sisters, the Father, he brings forth the Messiah to lead you out of captivity. I've been showing that in my videos. If you're going to read Micaiah, they call him Micah, chapter 2, verse 12 to 13, shows you that the Messiah is coming to break you out of captivity. Let me start there first, because you must know this history, brother and sister, and you must know the future that's going to take place with our nation, brother and sister. You must learn the prophecies of Yah and know the time period we are in. We're going in the great time period of war, brothers and sisters. Even our nation going to be involved in this war to recapture our land. But first we must break away from being captives by our enemies in all the lands. So Yah give us this knowledge. And now the Messiah is here, Yah's that to break you free, brothers and sisters. But our people must get this knowledge of Yah and come up out of this confusion. Brothers and sisters, I am here to organize you at this time to bring you into the knowledge of Yah, to free you from all religions, Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, whatever, Judaism, brothers and sisters at this time, to bring you back into the ways of Yah. So it's very important. I'm going to go to Micah chapter 2 at this time and read from this particular translation right here in chapter 2, verse 12. I'm going to start off with it. It says, I will gather you, O Yaakov. You see where they got Jacob, but it's Yaakov, the father of the 12 tribes, each. It said, each and every one. I will assemble all the remnant of Yashael Yah. See, you can reassemble, which is gathered, causes to be gathered back together. I will group them like a flock in the fold. You see that? Like a herd in the midst of its corral. And they should not be thrown into panic by men. See? You see what y'all say? Because of the fear. We should not be thrown in panic and fear and never doubt Yah. Even though the enemy may huff and puff and threaten. We got nuclear bombs, we got whatever, AK-47s, attack subs, whatever. We got the military, we got the police force threatening us with prison. They cannot stop the regathering of Yah people. So this is what you got to know, brothers. I'm showing you how Yah is freeing us, brothers. So he's not coming down from heaven and doing all the work himself. So the next verse right here say, look, with a leader to break the path, see? They shall burst open the gate and go out through it. See, out the gate of captivity. I've been showing through the other translation. I might go there and show you that real quick. And their king shall go through before them. You see that? And Yah at their head. You see that? Yah at their head, but Yah using this leader. In this translation, you can see here, some translators say the breach maker, on the breaker. See where it say with a leader to break the path. See what it did. So I'm going to cover, because it's very important before I get deep into the video, to show you that we will have weapons of war, and showing you the leader is responsible, the Messiah, to break you out of captivity. See, y'all doing it, but y'all using the man like he used Moshe of our own nation to lead us up out. He worked the miracles and signs in Mizraim, they call Egypt, to free you. Through using Moshe to do certain things. See, but he still used this man to have a hand into this, to manifest these things in Mizraim. And that's what he's going to do today in our time. Using a man of our own nation to bring these things, and then he's going to manifest these things. The man going to say certain things, the Messiah going to say certain things, and y'all going to have his hands in it. So right here, let's read from this translation called the Living Bible. Right here, say, I preach. Make sure I got the right one. Okay. That's Micah 2. Okay. Right here. Micah 2, verse 12. He said, the time will come. See, he's talking about time. He's talking about the end time of captivity. Oh, Yashael, Yah talking to the 12 tribes. When I will gather you. You see that? Y'all talking. It's a coming a time he's going to gather our people. All that are left, see, alive. Remember he said 2/3, and bring you together again. You see that? Like sheep in the fold. Like a flock in a pasture. A noisy, they got a happy crowd. See that verse 13? The Messiah, remember the other translation, is the reference that leader. They got a footnote right here. See what they give you a reference right here. Footnote right here say, he who opened the breach, see? So we're going to see this breach that has been opened. See, the Messiah will lead you out of exile. So see that? We're in exile, but out of exile. And bring you through the gates of your cities of captivity. Back to your own land. You see that? All is plain there. I didn't write these books. Your king will go before you. And Yah leads on. See, Yah leads on. By the guidance of Yah, he using this Messiah, the other translation said leader, our brothers and sisters, to break you out of captivity, out of the gates of your cities of captivity. I'm here now to carry out the works of Yah before you. But you got to have knowledge before all of this go forth. Or you wouldn't know the plans of Yah. You got to know the plans of Yah so you know exactly what's going on. How you see Yah is by who Yah say he going to send. See, the manifested sign of Yah. How you want to know? I got to cover this before I get back into that. I got to show you in Isaiah chapter 11, the sign of Yah's salvation, which is the end time of captivity. He giving you a sign, who is the sign of his salvation, the time period that you're going to be delivered out of captivity. Right here. I'm going to show you who was the sign of Yah's salvation. Brothers and sisters. Isaiah, give me a moment. Let me get there. And let me try to speed it up. Verse 11. Right here and verse 10. See right here, let's read it. On that day, see how I say on that day, the root of Jesse, see, but of offspring of David, set up as a signal. See, they got sin sign for the nations. The Gentiles shall seek out, see, for his dwelling shall be glorious on that day. You see that? See how they have read there on that translation that don't show you much? Let's go to this translation right here. You'll see it a little better. Isaiah, see, that's why you got to have multiple translations. Compare the sitter, because some translations hide things at key points that you need to know. See right here, 11:10. In that day, he who created the royal dynasty of David See right, they got a C here, literally, the root of Jesse. You see, possibly the meaning is the heir of Dawid royal line. See, the offspring of Dawid. That's what the showing red did. 11:10. Let me get back to it. In that day, he who created the royal dynasty of Dawid will be a banner. See right there, a banner, a sign of salvation to all the world. The nations will rally to him. You see that? For the land where he lives will be a glorious place. And see, there's going to be a time when the nation is going to rally to him. But the sign of salvation is the Messiah right there. See right here, I'm going to go to 12 real quick. He will, see, raise a flag among the nations, see that, among the nations, for them to rally to. See, he will gather the scattered Yashael, they got Israelites from the ends of the earth. You see that? Who's going to gather the Messiah right there? You go back and read verse 1 and see it said the royal line of Dawid will be cut off, which is that they was cut off during the Babylon captivity. We never had a king since that time from the seed line of Dawid. Chopped down like a tree. But from the stump will grow a shoot. See, right, they got B. Right there, B is the Messiah. They got Christ, but that's false, but it's the Messiah right there, see? Yes. A new branch from the old root, see? And and the spirit of Yah shall rest upon him. So keep that in mind. See, come upon him. See, brother. So keep that in mind. So we're going back here. I'm trying to find my ink pen. Give me a moment. I'm trying to find my pen. I just want to rehearse. No, okay. I'm going to go and speed past that and rehearse this one more time in your mind. We just read in Isaiah how the Messiah gonna gather you. He's gonna be a sign. He gonna raise a flag to gather you. So that's the responsibility of the real true Messiah, to gather y'all people at the end time of captivity. So you will know we at the end time when the Messiah begin to do his work and call for you to gather unto him. Then you will know the one, brothers and sisters, who is the one responsible to gather, not leaders of the camps. Only the Messiah. He will know these things. So right here, let me read this again in Micah. They call Micaiah chapter 12. Chapter 2, verse 12 to 13. Give me a moment. He say, look, I will gather you. See, that's y'all promise. Or y'all code, each and every one. I will assemble all the remnant. See, the remnant, talking about assemble all the remnant of Yashael, Yah, and I will group them like a flock in the fold. See, not camps, but like a flock. We all coming together like a herd in the midst of a corral, and they shall not be thrown into panic by men. You see that? It said with a leader to break the path. You see that? The leader is in captivity, coming to get you, to break you out. In the other prophet, y'all show Isaiah chapter 11, 12, that he gonna give a sign to gather you. See, y'all set this up. A lot of people think it's strange. A flag? What a flag got to do with our salvation? Y'all said it. He gonna raise a flag. And even when we get home to the nations gonna rally to and come to and seek out the Messiah of Yah, to get the knowledge of Yah, salvation, to be saved, brothers and sisters, as well on that day. But first, the Messiah is dealing with the people of Yah, to gather the people of Yah, that we may return home, that I'm going to show you, to carry out all the plans of Yah. First, we go through the wilderness and then home. Everything done according to the will of Yah. Right here, say, with a leader to break the path. See? And they shall burst open the gate. See? It's great. I like the way that they shall break open the gate. See? And go out through it. If you want to be saved, if you want to be delivered, if you want to be out, obey your words and gather to the Messiah, like he said, brothers and sisters. It's not a game. It's there in every one of your books, your Bible. If you say you love Yah, obey Yah. Camp leaders is not the Messiah. Only is one appointed Messiah. And even the scripture even show his name, Yazidek. Go and read it. Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 6. Brothers, it's there. Everything I'm giving to you is 100% on point. Right here, let me finish off right here. A lot of people never saw this and never understood this. But right here, I'm showing important things out right now to you that you may see and know. You see, with a leader to break the path. See, the Messiah is there in captivity with you. And they shall burst. Oh, you got to get rid of, eradicate all the stuff Europeans ever taught you about a baby going to be born in Bethlehem, Ephrathah. That story they sold you, the movie they made you, to get you hook, line, and sinker of a Christ falsehood figure. So right here, it says, see right here, and their king should go through before them, and Yah at their head. See right there, Yah guide the way, and that's how Yah is guiding you through his Messiah, the leader that is born from you, from the offspring of David, the branch, the breach maker, the cornerstone. If I got time, I might cover that. But right here, so I want to show you here, right here. We getting into it now. I'm going to start off in chapter 9 of Zechariah right here. And 9. I'm going to read it from this translation. Then I'm going to read it from the other, because the other translation show you better. See, it says, rejoice, heartily, O daughters of Zion. Shout for joy, O daughters of Yashalom. See, your king shall come to you. You see that? A just, they got savior, but Yah is the only savior. He is he. You see, it's a righteous one. He is righteous, but not a savior. Yah is the savior, because he followed the plans of Yah. I just read it to you. Meek, riding on a ass, on a coat, a fowl of an ass. He shall see the responsibility at a point of time. Messiah, his brother is shall abandon the chariots from Ephraim. You see that? And the horses from Yashalom. The warrior's bows shall be banished. You see that? And he shall proclaim peace to the nations. You see that? At a point of time. After all the wars is over for our nation, brothers and sisters, the Messiah is going to make that call, because remember, he is the one Yah gave and put in charge of his government. So remember, the government rests only upon the shoulder, which means he is the leading, he is the one that rules in the kingdom of Yah. Responsible to rule. The king is the ruler of the nation of Yah, that lead them and guide them in the ways of Yah righteousness, brothers and sisters. So he the one make the call. So right here, to put away your weapons of war. So with that, I'm gonna show you, I'm showing you this, and you're gonna see the reason why we got them weapons of war. And there's gonna come a time we're not gonna need the weapons of war. You got to know all of these things. It's a time to be born. It's a time to be to die. I'm showing it's a time that we about to go back into war, brothers and sisters. That's why me and the brothers that got common sense, they have the knowledge of Yah. I'm not trying to beat you down, but I have the knowledge of telling you it's time to get bear arms again, brothers and sisters. Because yes, we got to go on a military campaign. That's a fact. We got to guard our nation. The whole earth is defiled and wicked at this time, brothers and sisters. How can you think you're going to survive in this earth and they got weapons of war and you don't have weapons of war? When y'all remove the punishment from, see, that's why he sent the Messiah to remove this from you, to bring you from out of this darkness. Separate yourself from the enemies. Bear arms, brothers and sisters. It's not a game, brothers and sisters. A lot of you playing around with. So right here, let me read it on chapter 9, verse 9. Right here, it says, "Rejoice greatly, O my people." See that? Y'all want it. Rejoice, O my people. Shout with joy, for look, your king is coming. He is a righteous one. You see that? They read it right, not a savior. The victor. See, the one that gonna cause the victory to come upon our nation. Remember, he the one leading you by the will of Yah. Yet, he is lowly riding on a donkey coat. He said, I will disarm all the people of the earth. You see, that's going to come upon a time, y'all going to disarm all the people of the earth. Including, see that? Including my people, y'all should yell, Yah. See, if it can come to time, you're going to be disarmed. That means you got your bare arms. See, it's the reverse common sense. We rebear arms again because we come back together again. Even as you can tell them, we coming together like a huge army. He showed the prophet. Ezekiel chapter 37, brothers and sisters. So right here, this is the orders of Yah. See right here, and the responsibility that it's going to come a time when, right here, say, including my people of Yah. And he shall bring peace. You see that? Among the nations. And his realm shall stretch from sea to sea, and from the rivers to the ends of the earth. He said, I have delivered you from death in the waterless pit. See that? Because of the covenant I made with you, sealed with blood. Come to the place of safety. See, Zion is the place of safety. See, y'all say, come to the place of safety. He not coming and bringing you. He's telling you to come as the Messiah leads you, brothers and sisters. See, as they come to the place of safety, all you prisoners, for there is yet hope. I promise right now, I will repay you 2 mercies for each of your woes. See, troubles. It's a yada. You are my bow. You see that? Ephraim, you are my arrow. Both of you will be my sword. See, the weapons of war. Like a sword of a mighty soldier brandished against the sons of Greece. See, why the sons of Greece? Because they are in our land right here. See, Yah shall lead his people. See, again, Yah shall lead his people as they fight. You see that? His arrow should fly like lightning. He's talking about his people gonna fly like lightning. And Yah shall sound the trumpet call and go out against his enemies. See that? Like a whirlwind. See, y'all making these calls and orders and gave this to the Messiah to give to you. Off the desert from the south. He will defend his people, and they will subdue. See, they, right here, they, talking about you, of the 12 tribes of the remnant, will subdue, which is defeat their enemies, treading them beneath their feet. And they will taste victory. See that? And shout with triumph. And they will slaughter their foes. You see that? They our enemies, leaving horrible carnage everywhere, and see dead bodies everywhere. And Yah, their Barak, will save his people in that day, as a shepherd caring for his sheep. And they shall shine in his land. See that? See how we're gonna shine in y'all land? As glistering jewels in a crown. How wonderful and beautiful all shall be. Abundance of grain and wine will make the young men and girls flourish, and they will be radiant with health, and they got happiness and with righteousness. See, brothers, this is the words of Yah. I'm going to give you a little bit more in chapter 12. If you're going to read chapter 12, this is a very important, brothers, because it goes back into telling how we're going to be fighting. Right here. See right here, and how y'all going to lure these nations dead. See, we're talking about, this is our last fights that we're going to have in our land, brothers and sisters, and around our land. Y'all ain't playing with the enemy, brothers and sisters, like a lot of you think. You got to learn Yah. You got to learn to obey Yah. And stop coming with your own thinking. It's this, it's that. It's exactly what Yah saying. And he writing, brothers and sisters. He leading us into a military campaign. We got to get the weapons of war, brothers and sisters. We got to prepare ourselves as a Messiah break you out of captivity and give you the knowledge to be broken out of captivity, brothers and sisters. It's not a game right here. I'm going to get into it right here, 12:1 of Zechariah. It said, this is the fate of Yahshua. See, the end, the final outcome. This is the fate of Yahshua as pronounced by Yah, who stretched out the heavens and laid the foundations of the earth and formed the spirit of man within him. He said, I will make Yashalon and Yada like a cup of poison to all the nearby nations. You see that? See this right here? It's showing the mindset. Each and every one of you brothers got the have of war in this time period. See, the enemy want to make you homosexuals. Weak. But they're going to die, brothers and sisters, the weak ones of our nation. But the remnant of our brothers are going to be warriors, fighters, killers. All because of Yah said so in righteousness. See, even that going to be righteousness to get rid of the evil ones out of our land. So everything we do is going to be counted as righteousness to us because we're in obedience to Yah and taking this spirit of Yah. Brothers and sisters, right here. He said right here, he said, I will make, if you want salvation, I showed in 9. War come first before we be saved, our nation. So right here, and we going to be in the midst of it. See right here, it said, I will make Yashalon and Yada, see, the capital city, and Yada, the southern tribe, where the king come from, like a cup of poison to all the nearby nations that send their armies to surround Yashalon. You see that? Because they're going to hate us when we get our land back. And Yashalon, see, they say Jerusalem, but it's Yashalon, Yah city of peace, will be a heavy stone burdening the world. See? And though all the nations of the earth unite in an attempt to move her, see, they will all be crushed. Oh, hallelujah. You see that, brother? It's so beautiful. Let's keep reading. See, this is the final. Y'all gonna crush them. But we're gonna have our hands in it. See right here. Y'all left for crushed. It's in that day, says Yah, I will bewilder the armies drawn up against her and make fools of them. For I will watch over the people of Yada. You see that? But blind all her enemies. And the clan of Yada shall say to themselves, the people of Yashalon have found strength in Yah of hosts. Oh, hallelujah. Yah, brother, can you see this? Can you see this? I'm telling you. That's why our nation is called Yashael. Yah. Upright strength with Yah. Without Yah, we got no power. Why you think y'all got me here at this time? Teaching you this, showing you this. Why you think the name, you know the real name, Yashael, Yah, not Israel. The worship to a strength with a god, an idol. No, to Yah, our Bara, our creator. The omnipotent one. Brothers and sisters, the Yalut, our power. I'm here to show you. I'm here to tell you. Brothers and sisters, what we getting into. Right here, this is what you're going to be saying. We got our strength back with Yah. Brothers and sisters, this not a game. See right here, it said the people of Yashalon have found strength in Yah of hosts. They're Bara. They got God, but you got to overlook these things and know what they put there. It said, in that day, I will make the clans of Yada like a little fire that sets the forest aflame, like a burning match among sheaves, and they will burn up all the neighbors the neighboring nations right and left. You see what we got together? He said, you, and you. Hell with all them liars, brothers and sisters, that talk against y'all and say, we not going to fight. They are part of the enemy, brothers, that hold you back from coming together. Y'all ain't doing everything. Y'all tell us how to do this. He going to be with us and doing this. So this is what you got to know right here. This is the truth going out. All them cowards is blind, brothers and sisters. So right here, it says, and the clan of Yada shall say to themselves, the people of Yada have found strength in Yah of hosts, the Barak. And that day I will make the clans of Yada like a little fire that sets the forest aflame, like a burning match among the sheaves, and they will burn up the neighboring nations right and left, while Yah Shalom stands unmoved. And Yah will give victory to the rest of Yada first before Yah Shalom, so that the people of Yah Shalom and the royal line of Dawid won't be filled with pride at their success. You see that? And Yah will defend the people of Yah Shalom. The weakest among them will be as mighty as King Dawid, and the royal line will be as Barah, like the Malachims of Yah, who goes before them. For my plan is to destroy all the nations that come against Yah Shalom. I want you to take this high. I could go further, but that's fitting. I do want to go a little further and show you something, because we did have a brother that our people killed in the past. He wasn't what the Europeans taught us about a savior, but let me get it. I got to go there. I'm going to add this to it right here. It said, and for my plan is to destroy all the nations that come against Yah Shalom. He said, then I will pour out the spirit of mercy and prayers on all the people of Yah Shalom. You see that? See this spirit Yah gonna pour upon the spirit of mercy and prayer on all the people of Yah Shalom, and they will look on him who they pierce. See, remember they taught us in the New Testament, the Romans pierced them in the side. Okay, see, you know they false. You know all that whole story is garbage. Our people killed our own brother, the servant of Yah. Our people killed him. It wasn't no Caucasians came in there and did jack at that time. It was one of our brothers. I don't know exactly who it is. I don't know. It was one of the prophets they killed. I don't know, was it Yahshua the prophet or whatever, but they killed a servant of Yah that was close to Yah, that was doing the things for Yah. You can read that also in Isaiah chapter 52. That's the reference they give you in 53. But this man was doing great work for Yah, to lead the people back in the righteous ways of Yah, and they killed him. Brothers and sisters, so let me read that right here. See how they say it right here? He said, then I will pour out the spirit. See, he gonna pour out this spirit, which is knowledge of mercy and prayer, on all the people of Yah Shalom, and they will look, see, on him they pierce, see, and mourn for him as for a only son, and grieve bitterly for him as for the oldest child who died. And the sorrow and mourning in Yah Shalom at that time will be even greater than the grievous mourning for a righteously, they got God was righteously King Yoshai. See, King Yoshai was our last righteous king. So we know it wasn't him. It was talking about he was a righteous king, but it was somebody else who was killed in the valley of Megiddo. Let me read a little bit more. And say, all Yashiel shall weep in profound sorrow. You see that? The whole nation will be bowed down with universal grief. King, prophet, priest, and people. Each family will go into private mourning. Husbands and wives apart to face their sorrow alone. You see that, brother? All these things taking place. What I show you. After wartime comes, after the Messiah return, we're gonna look at this body. See, so you see that the end time Messiah is not that one that our people purrs. You see that? It's the one our people purrs back then. We're gonna look at that one. And we're all gonna mourn for it. And if I'm gonna give it that spirit at that time, I just showed you who this person is that got killed by our own people. But not until then you're gonna know that. But at that time, he said he's gonna put this spirit in you. Right here, let's close that out right here. In 12:10. It said, then I will pour out the spirit of mercy, their grace, and prayer on all the people of Yashalom, and they will look on him who they pierced, see, and mourn for him as for a only son, brothers and sisters. That's it right there. You see how they made another story out of this? And I show you how the Messiah gonna come, in time Messiah gonna come and deliver you. All these things, and how we're gonna have weapons of war. We're gonna go through the fight and get victory. And then after all of that take place, brother and sister, the enemy gonna come attack us, and y'all gonna use us to defeat our enemies that come to attack us once and for all. And then after all of that take place, we're gonna be mourning for that one. See that, brothers and sisters? I hope you know that. I hope you can see this so clearly now. The difference between the two, what is real and what is fake. With that, this is on the Messiah at this time. Y'all today signing out.